Hello, everyone, and welcome again to another Humpday Hunt with me, your host, JD. Currently, for today, we are going to try and see how many animals we can actually get in one go using the same rifle that we were using for the last Humpday Hunt, the 4570. Now, since this happens to be a large animal hunt only, I'm actually going to try and bring along a shotgun this time to kind of make up for the difference, since I've been actually having these horrible muscle spasms lately, so hopefully won't be... Oh. Alright, well, I guess I'll still just bring the bow then. Actually, I haven't used this bow yet, so let's do that for now. Now, I was hoping to be able to start up the Humpday Hunt with an actual contest kickoff, but due to a lack of applicants, that is not the case for today. So for today, actually, yeah, I'm just going to keep that scope on there. Now, since we're on Red Feather Falls for today, I'm actually going to focus on bear hunting, a little bit of moose, and mostly blacktail and whitetail. Now, some of you might prefer just one over the other, but not to worry. Every single one of these, as we just heard, is going to be worthwhile. Just need to make sure I don't forget something, which, knowing me, I probably will. Now, since this is completely different than Call of the Wild, we will have to have the hunter made out for everything now. Well, the buck was calling out just moments ago. I'll admit, I do enjoy the 357 in this version a lot better than Call of the Wild. Alright, come out from hiding you. Oh wait, that's probably greater than 20 meters. Wow, having to get used to different controls all of a sudden after playing Call of the Wild. Oops, not what I wanted, and the dog just sat on the blood trail. I had to try to remember what the heck the controls were. Now, seeing as how this is normally the Humpday Hunt, where we actually put together the contest for Revelo Redemption reward points, I sadly do not have Revelo running anymore until they actually manage to get the user API thing corrected. So for the time being, folks will not be earning points until it's actually corrected. So truly sorry to all those of you that have been subscribed to both YouTube and Twitter. So used to the other accounts of that actually being like greater. So seeing large amounts of blood at the beginning indicates it was a vital hit, but uh-oh, looks like Boone's off on the wrong trail. Or am I the one on the wrong trail? guess Boone's on the right trail, except I'm on the wrong one. Now, if somebody was to ask for a comparison between Call of the Wild and The Hunter, I'd actually say Call of the Wild has a few feature improvements that were quite nice over this one, which, for a run for its money, I'd say that, yeah, being able to keep on track with the most current animal that you're trying to track, or the most current trail, is actually a nice feature. The ability to choose on whether or not to hold and jog or whatever, and then so on and so forth, that may have slightly changed. So, versus toggling to run, which I'll have to double check when I get back to the game, figure out if you can actually toggle to run. And see, where was I on that list of additional features that were actually quite nice? Not needing the hunter made out to actually track the animal that you're going after, or to tag and record the track that you found. Although there is lots of room for improvement. Still, the auto walk feature's always been a nice addition as well. I think I heard that. I was actually about ready to call this roe deer back to me. Or, I'm sorry, not roe deer, doe back to me. If I was used that deer grunt, probably would have lured a little bit more than just the doe back at me. Alright, so he's not going to listen to commands when he's that far out, apparently. Oh, apparently I already killed this doe. And Boone is just trapped, not knowing where it's at. Although, there was actually one thing that was actually kind of nice, although it's a mixed blessing between Call of the Wild and the Hunter Classic, is the fact that there's less UI in Classic, which kind of really forces you to keep your attention into the rest of the game, but like I previously said in one of my earlier streams in Call of the Wild, it was really nice being able to actually see the the direction of the wind, how much your heart rate was going, how much of you was technically visible versus something else, and how much noise you were making while you were moving around or doing prep work or whatever. It was a happy accident to run across. Alright, so clearly the lever action doesn't have as much noise as it does on some of the other maps. Although, there is one thing that actually does kind of annoy me, though. For as much as what was being transferred over to Call of the Wild, I really think that the ghillie suits would have actually been a nice touch to actually include over. Now, I don't know... I know that the visual reduction is very nice in this game. And you can sort of tell. But, I don't know, it doesn't really carry over very well sometimes. But, granted, after the most recent video, where I actually lost the ghillie suit, I guess there's probably more to troubleshoot in that game anyways, so for those of you that are looking forward to Call of the Wild, I'd still say probably hold off and continue to play the Hunter. This version of the Hunter. Alright, so where is... I know that Doe called out. You can see it right there. I swear I heard footsteps from something else nearby. Guess we'll just play the waiting game. Because I know I heard him. Though, I don't know if the wind's to my back. Maybe I should probably invest in that wind indicators stuff. Well, I swear to you, all I actually did hear footsteps that sounded like it was from over in this area. So either I had inadvertently spooked something while taking that trophy shot, or I dropped the ball royally. Now, for those of you that also enjoy me doing the Bob Ross moments, from doing the little Bob Ross moments in Call of the Wild, I did manage to get those put up on Imager, along with up on the Discord as well, for those of you that just like to view them individually rather than pulling up Imager and looking through an entire album. But yeah, those are set up for those of you that are interested in seeing that. Of course, the doe's still down there. In fact, there is no trace of the buck. And then, let's see, what was it? I was trying to continue on with the list of features, but I can never seem to remember them until it kind of mirrors as what would be classified as an update between the Hunter Classic and the Hunter Call of the Wild. One of them would be spotting animals, so you don't have to wait and keep your binoculars on the animal non-stop in order to spot them. You just need to quickly tag it, and then you're done. I mean, that enough for me is exceptional. Alright, now for the down side, trying to remember which pin was which. Don't remember if it was 10 increments or 20. Oh yeah, that's right, I almost forgot. Even being able to immediately switch between gears while you're actually reloading was actually quite nice. In this version of the Hunter, Call of the Wild, you don't really get that luxury. Come to think of it, that was also an issue when me playing Ghost Recon Wildlands as well, too. Now, the X-ray view also in Call of the Wilds was actually very nice as well. Granted, the 2D ink blot, pretty much telling you where you hit the your prey, was also very nice too. But 3D, I think that's actually a little bit more informative to kind of tell you how your aiming doing, how your aim's doing. But one of the cons to that is that being a bow hunter in the game, you have to actually unlock accuracy. I I don't know how to explain how to unlock accuracy. It's just more of don't know what they were thinking, but okay. Oh gosh darn it, I spooked her. Well, after all, the hunt continues. There's the bear. Well, I think it's kind of funny. Previously, folks were asking me to hunt bear, and here I am hunting bear. Also, being able to see how much health the animal had left was actually quite nice too, now that I think about it. There's the moose that I didn't go after. I guess I may have just passed the bear. There's nothing unusual about this mound of leaves crossing the water. Oh, this is it's very teeny tiny. And welcome to the stream, Luke. I see the ninja uptime. Why did... swear the dogs are still bugged in this game, yet it's still funny when the dog is pretty much standing on the animal and can't even recognize it. Well, no one charges a JD and gets away with it. Oh, got her right in the shoulder blade. Darn. Let's see if this was the same bear I wounded earlier. No, that's Roosevelt elk. Ah, that's what I forgot to bring. An elk collar. Okay. Alright, now back to go find the bear tracks from the previous bear that I shot. So I do know the bear that I did shoot was pretty decent size too. But where did the tracks start again? Somewhere over here. Seriously, that tidbit is just too deep. Also, look, that's okay if you're doing multiple things. It's understandable. Or unless that was the bear I shot. And I just didn't realize it. Nope, this is probably the one I'm looking for. Yep, here we go. Yep, it's a good thing I backtrack. And it's also a good thing I brought the high caliber rifle too. You've got to be kidding me. Dog got confused right here. Let's see what the filters do. Nope. 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 Wow. The chroma filter. Interesting. Shadows. And no filter. We'll leave it as is. So there was moose up here as well. It did. I had just a little bit more. Kind of liked it, but it was just too joy pill from We Happy Few. Did you remember to take your joy today? Put on your happy face. Don't be a downer. Take your joy. Just be as snug as a bug on a drug. I'm sure Rennie would probably be jumping all over that right now if she was in chat. Yes, agreed. It is a very interesting game. Although, for being a, I guess probably the nicest term to say about myself is I'm more of a loot whore, so as soon as I can get my hands on everything, I really don't like the restriction to inventory allotment space. Now, granted, there are people that actually like that, where it forces them to be, you know, thorough about what they want to bring with them at all times. Whereas for me, it's just more of, I might need this. Probably all that running around I did probably spooked the moose more than me firing the 4570. Although I have to admit, I really like this lever action. It's awesome. It's cool. Why did you re-round a chamber when in fact there's already one chambered? Animation. Bullet counts. We. What if I get charged by another bear? Although, granted, after using this lever action, I was kind of hoping I'd be able to use it in Call of the Wild as well, but... Right. I think that was a collar I forgot to put in my bag. Yep. Yep, it was. Ah, kidding me? Too close to a bait barrel? Alright, time to judge her harshly. I am the law. I'd like to say I missed, but I'm not certain. Actually, I'll believe it if I actually did happen to miss, because I think I tried to lead the target a little. Then, damn hand cramp got in the way again. Yep, no blood at all. Don't see any at all. Unless I miscalculate on where I put that marker. Actually, I wonder if this is far enough for me to finally put that tent down. Because now I know a few folks that happen to rush their games, how they feel. Get all the way out here, and you forget one color. I'm gonna change this out to a different one. Well, yeah, mostly because I don't recall what the actual pin distances were on it, so I do want to try and drop them a little bit quicker. There we go, Parker Python, the one I want. The one I need. Actually, come to think of it, I haven't been in this area recently. Even though the one time I actually put a tent there, it's due to request. So, hey John, welcome to the stream. Thank you very much for joining. Trying to make do with what I can, so. Thank you very much for the host there, John. Now it registers the host, even though I saw it pop up in chat long before it registered. Oh, that's an elk. It's not a moose. Yeah, it's too far off. That's not going to be a decent shot. It's okay. I know long delays are kind of funny. Now, where's that moose? I guess I'll just turn my back for a second to take care of something behind me. Oh, it's nice for you guys to talk about food again, huh? Yeah, I should probably put that food channel in the Discord. Well, I heard a moose. But I no see no moose. And knowing Luke, he would find this amusing. Luke actually missed a pun. I was just trying to say, I was trying to call out all the mooses, and apparently after shooting the elk, they were not amused. Wow, John, that's... Sorry to hear that you stepped on something like that. I hope that everything appears to go okay for you. Daryl Mastrangelo, thank you very much for the follow and welcome to the stream. Now that's perfectly fine. If you accidentally do caps, but just be aware that the Nightbot will actually get you if you do it for an entire sentence or something over 9 characters long. But still, nonetheless, welcome to the stream. But yeah, John, that's actually your day could be worse, John. That nail could have given you tetanus. Well, John, you gotta like these delays. So, but hey, John, there is one thing I was actually meaning to talk with you about. I was waiting to hear back on whether or not you wanted to try and host something. So it seems like you only try to mention it up during my streams. I was hoping to see something in Discord before I ended up going live today and gave out all the notices and the announcements for no more applicants are available. So for the EM contest giveaway. Alright, well, I guess I've officially spooked this moose. No. You remember a couple weeks back, you ended up asking me if I'd like to actually try and play on your reserve for goat hunting, for hunting the ibex. Yeah, neither can I. I can't even see the link. Well, that might have actually been stopped by Automod. Or was it possibly... No, if it was stopped by Nightbot, that would have been something completely different. So, if you're interested in posting a link, we got Discord. But what were you trying to post? Because you can try whispering it to Luke if it's something pertinent to the game. It's time for this bundle of leaves to kill again! Come to me. What was that, John? Revelo points. Well, actually, I ask everyone to try at least read my descriptions, at least, so... But if there's a link you want to share, you just need to ask, or if it's something worthwhile for the game right now, let Luke check it out, and he should have permission to be able to post links as well, so... Yeah. It's always fun when you do something and then realize all services are not available to go with the flow. What the hell was that? Gotta love the alcohol every once in a while. It'll throw you a laugh. But oh my gosh, his hand cramps are getting worse. But no, I'm sorry to everyone for last night that I didn't quite get all the way through Call of the Wild, though. But there is some silver lining. Still took me 45 minutes to submit the bug reports. Looks like a fracture. Yeah, actually, probably the worst I've ever done to myself was flipped off a bike, fractured my thumb and split my wrist, and also split the bones from my forearm. So I had to go on a full-arm cast just a couple weeks before piano competitions, Mid-America piano competitions. After memorizing up to 18 songs to play for piano competition, along with, I think about 6 of those were actual duets. So... And then, so pretty much being a musician when that happened, it was pure hell trying to keep on task, especially with a saxophone and piano. So having a full arm cast that actually covered both the wrist and the hand, couldn't do anything. Sure. But with the way that that's fractured, that looks like you actually got that caught in a door or an elevator or something. Bicycle or motorcycle? Because if it's a bicycle spoke, then that's slightly comical in a sad way. But if it was a motorcycle spoke, then yeah, ouch. Oh, okay, so I'm sure that's a story for another time then. Ah, so you were a jump. Okay, so yeah, for me, I never do that many in stunt wise, so. Oh, come on, Boone. Why did you get stuck behind the rock? You silly pup. Let's see. Worst thing that's ever happened to me if we're doing a pity party contest right now. Since, let's see here. I believe I was. Oh. What did my parents say? 4 months old? Maybe 5 months old. Yeah, I stopped breathing entirely, almost like a full respiratory arrest. So they said that I'd stopped breathing for well beyond 30 minutes. So I was on assisted breathing as an infant. So well, not only do you have to have a cast, I'm assuming you actually have pins in your arm as well. Well, I think I win the biggest pity party right now because, A, I'm trying to cover my medical expenses, which are still currently on screen. Okay, hold on here, I'm just, be right back after a couple seconds. Okay, so here I am trying to massage my own hand, try and see if I can get these cramps to go away. Granted, after playing the piano for so many years, people say that I actually have very strong hands that make for me being a great masseuse. Except the only downside is I have not much in the way of self-control, so can't really go work in a massage parlor. Because I'm too drop-dead gorgeous. I mean, I know I could probably scare people away with doing the silly voices that I do. Most people just want to relax. Me, I just want to make people laugh. Yeah. Well, the thing is, I have to continue on with that goal again for this month as well because A, I can't really do anything else until I actually get those funds, and so far I'm trying to raise money for new corrective lenses because A, part of it is I actually, my medical expenses completely exceed my monthly income. So I'm hoping to be able to have 1 month just to be able to put aside for emergency rainy days as well. But it doesn't look like that's going to be happening anytime soon. Oh, Boone, thank you for joining me. How did you love that rock of yours? With your cute little Valentine's Day pack You cute little puppy, you. Oh, right. What was I saying before I went to go shoot this uh, animal? Something about... Right, right. John, you were mentioning something about you want to actually show off your preferred hunting sites with me for one gameplay. At one point, you said that you wanted to host up the lobby and share it with me or something like that. Been waiting for you to message me in Discord about that. Yeah, it's actually listed underneath Discord for the announcements. For whoever has Discord access, they're free to enter in for the EM contest giveaway, which grand prize is a $5 coupon. Seriously? There is one somewhere behind me? Quickly, must hide further! And technically, it wasn't for the EM contest. It was just more of if you were interested in doing that, because I haven't really gotten anyone entering in to win the free EM. So, I mean, if it continues, I'm probably just going to cash the EM myself, since it was a mistake purchase, anyways. So, figured I'd try my hand at doing contest and giveaways, but apparently no one really follows enough, so it's kind of pointless. So. Although, what I'm thinking I might actually end up doing is, once I get enough subscribers on GameWisp, actually doing game giveaways. And that would actually be unlocked to those that happen to have enough Revlo points. Now, seeing as how Luke is currently our resident with the most Revlo points anyways, before RevloBot was no longer available, it's just one of those downsides. Now, the thing that I've been reading up for Revlo is that they said they should have a fix in place sometime tomorrow. Now, I'm hoping with the fix in place, I should be able to actually do... I'm actually going to be doing quadruple bonus points for people that watch till Friday of next week. So, plenty of chances for people to actually earn more Revlo points to make up for the 1 week gone. There will also be something new in the Revlo redemptions, which is double EM or double points, Revlo points. So plenty of excellent opportunities to actually earn some more Revlo points. So. So pretty much, I'm thinking about just doubling all my actual points for all of next week if the Revlo thing is fixed soon. Oh, good. I was able to drop that one. Grades go below a B. Wait, John, are you in college? Come to the killing fields, you elk. You win this round, elk. You are a tree. A very pretty tree. Now come out from your hiding. I'll take that too. Well, there's the thing, John. You could still watch. I'm. This is part of the reason why I'm not actually against lurkers. I mean, sometimes lurkers usually tend to actually have some very keen ideas. Usually, if they happen to want to decide join Discord later, and they earn up the Revlo points. Now, if you want to, you can just pull up my stream on your smartphone and just jump in while you're in chat, because that's all really Revlo really does. It just checks chat. So if you want to lurk that way, you can. And if you're, don't want to hear what's going on, you still want to, either A, punish yourself, I guess is the best way to describe it. Deprive yourself of me, if you wish. Although it will make me a bit sad. But if you do wish to deprive yourself of my streams, but you still want to earn the points while it's going on, you can still always tune in on your smartphone and be in chat on your phone. Or you can just mute the audio and then have the stream run in the background, either or. I mean, however you wish to preferably lurk. Because I've actually done that for a few other streamers. Luke knows I've done it to him. I've done it to Tabernac a couple times, mostly because he streams while I'm at work, so I'm not saying that I work and watch streams at the same time. It's just sometimes it happens. But yeah, for the most part, and then it's probably going to be double Revlo redemption contest for next week as well, if the Revlo point system is corrected. These elk were encroaching on my position. They had to be neutralized. Alright. Wonder if... Alright, when she calls out again, we'll know exactly where to take her from. Alright, good. I'll have to sift through that then. I'm hoping pretty much the contest requires two other applicants to enter for it, and I cannot win the contest, so that pretty much rules me out for the contest at all. So need at least one more viewer to actually sign up for the contest. Hey, Rennie, welcome to the stream. Thank you very much for joining us today. The Revlo Redemption Contest that I normally do every single Wednesdays, but also on top of that, I've actually been trying to put together an EM redemption contest for those that would like to actually earn a $5 coupon for EM within the Hunter Classic. No, John. This is to also give other folks a chance to, a little bit of incentive. Was what it was supposed to be was for people to actually join in for the contest each single Wednesday. So. If you honk it, they will come. Come to me, Buck. You'll be magnificently mounted on my wall. But yeah, no, Rennie, if you want to earn some EM, little currency, if you haven't spent the beginner's EM bonus, you should be able to get enough to actually get a different weapon, preferably a shotgun. If by chance you happen to win the EM contest giveaway sort of thing for, well, not exactly. Let me rephrase that. It's a in-hunter contest to actually earn EM for free for the top hunter. So, need to actually get a list of applicants for the most part. For the past 2 months, I've been trying to put the contest together. Ah. Well, the EM bonus is actually for new players, and that went live back in November. So, and I believe Rennie, Willow, Luke, and there was I think a couple others as well that got in on that. I want to say Hijinks as well as Mike and maybe even that guy Nick. Gentleman that partook in a few of my co-op play games. So, even Rennie was lucky enough to have it, so unfeathered access to hunt all that she could possibly want for up to 3 days. And I think what it also did was they actually gave 200 EM to all new hunters. Hello, JXI. Welcome to the stream. Oh, for God's sakes, for all the number of animals nearby, why is the one that was across the river taking so long to come across? What do I smell or something? Aww. I smell like barbecue smokehouse. I might as well just change the whole name of the stream to the Humpday Pity Party. Come here to straighten up your hump. That way you can add to the more bad news. Alright, folks, get out your world's smallest violins. Doesn't seem like any black-tailed deer want to come my way. like to assume possibly because they're not coming up here is because I haven't claimed the corpses. After all, they probably are farting a lot. No, actually, what's going to happen is basically I've already tried to get started. I've already created a new Revlo account, but anybody to actually do the redemptions is still tied into the previous account. And so what's going to happen is it means more work for me to actually get reset back up again for it to previously do what I previously had it do. So I've already inadvertently created a Revlo account for this channel, but everything's gonna pretty much be reset on my side once the new Revlo redemption occurs. Yeah, for Game Wisp, that is my channel. Yeah. I can't change it. I've already tried contacting them, and they said everything changed over, so... That is, for the most part, that is my Game Wisp channel. I mean, if you're looking at it, John, you could still sign up for it. You can still subscribe. Alright, and we're moving. Oops, what did I just spook? The moose. Well, she appears to be stuck. So we'll come back for her later. Although I will admit it was not as stuck and as funny as Call of the Wilds. So now, good news is I think that Call of the Wilds is supposed to have a patch coming out tomorrow. So fingers crossed for that. Actually, I cannot even access the JHerb 325, so the only person that has access to it is, right now, would be Luke, Rennie... No, I'm sorry, not Rennie. Just thinking that there's some points I actually want to give to Rainy as a thank you. What was it? Oh yes, Hijinks and Nene are the only three people that actually have access to the channel right now as it is. Even I don't even have access to my original Revlo channel anymore. It was one of them Canadian rock moose. And finally the dog works. Alright, now sit down. Wait, why did I try to do a trophy shot? Let's go ahead and give him a treat now. So, for right now, for those of you that are actually tuning in to try and get the Revelo points, not to worry. Just be aware that it's going to be double points all week. Well, at least for all of an entire week next week. Along with double points reward for the Humpday Hunt as well. And, like always, trying to put together the EM contest for those of you that happen to play the Hunter, or those that would like to actually try and get a preferred shiny item for a $5 cash reward. Well, technically, $5 coupon EM reward, I guess I should be clarifying. Not exactly cash, because A, I don't really have cash. Well, what I think is going to happen with the Revelo points there, Luke, is basically they're going to be changing over my account to a user ID. So it's going to actually tie into Steam and... Or I'm sorry, not Steam. Twitch streams. This just goes to show you how mind-boggling I am right now. Or mind-boggled. Can't think straight. Like a single core processor can only process so much. And so apparently what Twitch has now done is they've actually set everyone's accounts up via user IDs. So when you happen to change your name, your username, it's still tied into user ID. So unless you make a brand new username that's like brand new account and everything, then you're going to get a different user ID, and that's going to carry over for GameWisp. Apparently, also, well, it's going to carry over in GameWisp, MuxieBot, Nightbot, Streamlabs, and actually, no, it didn't carry over into Osper, because if it did, the Osper bot would already be in my chat. But for the most part, yeah, there's a lot I want to do, but with, I mean, I do still greatly appreciate everyone being here for chat for the most part, so, and, because, A, it does help me continue to keep going, then B, would be, also the financial aid would be greatly appreciated too, but I'm probably going to have to actually cut back on streaming at some point just to actually find another job, so. But with what's currently going on at my day job right now, there's been major changes, so I have no idea what's going on right now, so. Currently at a standstill. Well, appears using the 4570, I must have cleared the entire woods. I guess we knew it was bound to occur sooner or later. Although I will admit, wasn't as funny when I was actually hunting ibex goats and doing long range shooting with a shotgun, than getting one with 9 shots. I don't recall if somebody actually highlighted that or not, but that's from last week's Humpday Hunt, so. Actually, rather than clip it, I'll probably end up going back and highlighting it when I get a free chance. Because I know somebody actually tried to do one of my goofy accents. All because I ended up saying that a female goat was not willing to admire me. Although, actually, wait, I think I could probably redo the voice again. It appears she doesn't want to admire me. Very well. I'll just poke her in the eye the next time I see her. Now, speaking to my current surroundings, what the devil is going on here? There's absolutely nothing about. Was there but some form of chance of Mardi Gras nearby? Or we could go the full Twilight Zone. You're walking through the woods, and you find out that you're in the Twilight Zone. Because it's the place between sight and sound. The places where shadows and imagination begin. A hunter goes hunting to find no game at all. Alright, I'm pretty sure a few folks might actually know Twilight Zone. I'm not talking Twilight. Bill and Ted. I would have to hear a sample of the voices in order to try and do it. Because there's so many voices I can always do. I mean, pretty much I can even do Scruffy the Janitor. I mean, hold on there. What do you think you're doing? I'm Scruffy the Janitor. Nothing goes without me presently knowing about it. Because life is such a fragile thing. Well, into the toilet. No. Terribly sorry, I do not know which move. Although it is actually hard to get back to my original range, which used to be 20 different voices. I mean, Bell's palsy is a hell of a thing to happen to somebody, and I do not wish it upon anyone else, but when it happens, it's nasty, so... Oh, has Keanu Reeves in it? I've probably only seen small references to it. I mean, I was born in the 80s, so... I don't know, I'd probably have to watch Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Whenever I get the time. Now, I have actually seen Doctor Strangelove's that one was that was a good comical movie from the 60s. About the Cold War. My own personal favorite line that came from a gentleman from overseas that actually told a soldier that he needed coins for a telephone and ordered a soldier to destroy a Coca-Cola machine. So the sergeant immediately tells the British officer, saying, "If you're not who you say you are, and I get in trouble, do you know who you're gonna have to answer to?" British officer immediately turns around and goes, "Quite not, sir. I do not know what you mean. Just give me those coins." "Sir, you're gonna have to answer to the Coca-Cola Company for me wrecking this machine." "Very well." Then proceeds to unload his his rifle into the Coca-Cola machine. Yeah. You're kidding. So, let me go ahead and check Twitter real quick. Ah, okay, alright, so here it is. I found the Twitch, Twitter, from Twitch support. Currently states, "We are currently investigating site issues with loading live video." So that pretty much means whoever happens to already be watching live, do not refresh your video. Do not try to switch devices. Do not so on and so forth and whatnot. Well, must be about the same as me trying to get this blacktail doe. Seriously, I can't do anything for that moose? Oh well. One of the greatest lines in cinema history. Falcor! I'd like to say that moose might be mating. Possibly. More than likely. Yep. Ooh! A bear. Bear with me while I shoot this thing. Yep. Right in the colon. Thank you, Luke, for sharing that with everyone. Do greatly appreciate you also providing the link as well. Thank you. Alright, so that wasn't a moose. It was a grizzly bear. It's calling out, I'm in pain. End me! End me! I believe. Now, I gotta say, after shooting this bear right up the pooper, I think that's a pretty good rifle. Right through the hip bone, intestine, stomach, and right lung. It's a good rifle. Aw, you a teeny tiny... Duh. That's probably the best Durr face I've ever seen. Damn it, Boone. Why'd you look away? Duh. There we go. Alright, so let's see whereabouts am I. I have done a very unusual path already. But hey, Luke, at least there's one thing out of all my accounts. The one thing that I didn't have to change was my player.me account. It all stayed the same. Alright, so could I just get a quick show of hands? Who all's experiencing some video issues? If you can actually hear the audio versus the video? Just curious. I can take it. Alright, you lovely doe. Come to me! So, seeing as I've not really seen a show of hands yet, I'll assume that no one sees the video. Other than Luke. So, for those of you that have also been keeping tabs on my Hirschfelden screenshots that I've been trying to partake in the contest, it doesn't look like any of my shots have taken the eye of any of the developers, so even though I am trying my absolute best and darndest to actually join that contest, because I want to try and see if I can win somebody a copy of the game. For the hunter called the Wild. This is really odd. What is taking them so long? There she is. Perfect! She face planted. Interesting to find out where I shot her. Wait. That's... I shot her through the brain. Oh, through the skull and the spine. Okay. But what's really odd is blacktail are supposed to travel in herds. Oh, that was just a rock. Okay, well... It's such a pretty rock, too. It's a shame rocks are not in season. Never mind, I'm gonna go after that moose. Because it's time to become amused. Oh, for God's sakes! Silly dog. There we go. Finally parked the dog. And yay! Welcome back, viewers! Glad to have all of you back again. Thank you very much for staying. If I had Revolu points, I'd be giving you all bonus points. But definitely, welcome back, everybody. For those of you that had gone bye-bye. Or, if for the matter, I've gone bye-bye too. But I don't go very far, and I don't like to upset anybody. Alright, I'm already upset though. It's Moose. She ignores my advances. Oops, wrong call. I thought I heard footsteps behind me. Huh. Guessing she wants to play hard to get. Ooh, I got it right through the brain. And the shoulder blade, and the right lung. And the skull, of course. Well, I guess folks are just now starting to come back to when it's getting good. But glad to have you back, Rennie. Oh no, after it hits 9 o'clock, I think tonight I am going to actually submit another bug report because A, dogs haven't been working right, and it seems like people have been reporting it in the forums, so, but I'm going to submit a report and see what happens for tonight for the dogs, so. Because I've been using the dog for gosh knows how many months now, and the same error has been persistent, where he doesn't sit down, does not accept a treat, after being a good pup that finally finds the animal. That would be another bear. The bear must be pooping. Oopsie, I forgot to do the most important thing. Mark the spot. Forgot to mark the spot he was standing on. But this looks relatively common. Ish. Was the bear a poopin'? Yes or no? Oh, I shot him in the intestines. Well, I'm sure he's gonna have bloody poop now. Seriously, the dog did not start going after the scent? Deplorable. Alright, there we go. Picked up another trail. Oh well, I'll just keep on going. I'll say this is actually quite enjoyable, actually finally doing a long trail, not having to worry about the FPS taking a hit, and then the game just going straight to a crawl. Oh, come on! I should be able to give the dog a treat. Okay, apparently I have to give it to him after the fact. So yeah, it was a teeny tiny bear. It was a minuscule bear. I shot a bear cub! Alright, I'll make it look bigger. Alright, so as soon as we come up the hill, we also get a whitetail buck, so that's pretty good. Even though I spooked something else earlier. Been trying to get more bucks, so that way I can increase my CS score. So, granted, the best one I had was 92.7, so wow, I got 16 harvests. Didn't realize that. Thank you, Renegades, for the wonderful raid. Welcome, Raiders. Terribly sorry, but due to Revlo being out and down for the count for me, tonight's Revlo redemption rewards will not be possible. But still, nonetheless, welcome. Take a seat. Ask some questions. I am actually looking forward to hopefully doing something in the near future for those of you that would like to join me for a hunt in the Hunter, since the game is free to play. In my next Humpday Hunt. So those of you that happen to have Discord access, there's going to be a contest. But nonetheless, welcome, Raiders. Kick off your shoes, listen to Mother Nature, or just listen to me. Come listen to the soft and tranquil voice of me, JD, while I help put Dark Gargoyle to sleep. Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, little gargoyle, go to sleep. Alright, that's enough. So, nonetheless, welcome. Thank you, Lilo and Dark for the raid. Thank you very much for joining us. Of course, there's an elk. Seriously, are all these animals ignoring me? Is everything ignoring me? It must be. It's gotta be. It's the only logical explanation. Alright, come on. Where is that whitetail? Alright, if there be no whitetail, let's go for the elk. Gives you biscuit elk. You're majestic. And we just only went to harvest you for the velvet on your antlers. Also, again, I would like to go ahead and point out, since there are contest entrants, folks that have actually already signed up for the contest, just need a few more contestants on the Discord, and we can actually iron out some details this weekend for those of you that are interested in getting 500 EM in-game. Curses! Spooked it.
Must have been my smell. It's because I'm green, isn't it? Wasn't gonna let that one get away. Wait, hold on. This whole time, I shot him in the intestine, but I missed his stomach entirely. Okay. I think that looks pretty good. How about y'all? What do y'all think? Decent little screenshot. Oh, right. Let's put more ammo in this gun. So, let's see. Moon's got the ammo. Actually, I guess we could probably track down that whitetail since it did get up pretty close, so it probably was only spooked to a great distance, and then spooked again from the rifle shot. So it shouldn't have too far to go. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. The dog can traverse this rock except for me. This is bullshit! Just by pure chance, I thought that might have been a bear. But after seeing the ID tag pop up in the right-hand corner, I realized it was an elk. So... But what I think is really funny, that's in the exact same place where the other elk was. Wow, I am getting pretty good on these rifle shots. Although, granted, I still happen to have clipped that preferred little bird shot in wildlands that was really impressive. Yeah, it looks like he doesn't care that he was just shot too. Alright, so there we go. Guess I could probably say goodbye to that white-tailed deer. It's probably already been spooked halfway across the map by now. Ooh, a mushroom. Any animals lurking in the woods? Hmm. Well, I guess next best option. I guess we'll just head south. Hopefully, with a little luck, we'll run across something. So, now that I think about it, I will probably have to also find out for next week what the free animal rotation is, so that way when the contest happens to go live, for those of you that would like to actually earn some in-game currency, or a chance to win some in-game currency, I should say. It's at least a fair chance. Gotta try this. See if I can actually hit the doe from here. Wait, where is it? There it is. Okay. Oh, wait. It's too deep. Oh, come on. Where's the shallow? Where's the shallow part? Still too deep. Those rocks misrepresent a potential shallow area. Yep, got her. That'll be for an... Where's the dog? That'll make for an impressive record for longest pistol shot, I believe.
Alright, I guess I'll wait for the dog to get up here. Oh, come on, dog. Oh, well. Actually, I'm right now trying to pull up my statistics here to see what my actual longest shot was with this pistol. Well, actually, any pistol in general. Longest shot was, let's see here, 82 meters, and then that was with the original 357 revolver, and then 89 meters with the 44 Magnum. And then this one happens to have the farthest, which was 93.8. So, this one, hopefully it turns out okay. Also, granted, I do have a few additional weapons I do need to actually earn some harvests on as well, now that I think about it. Mwahaha. I'll just wait for her to die. And we're waiting for her to finish dying. Just die already. Just die. Just die. Ah, it was 84.8 meters. Well, shucks. Well, could have been worse. Come on, where's the elk? Honestly, not seeing it. Wait, that looks like a... Is that an elk? No, that's a... Whoa, that's a good... That's a good whitetail. Well, since I am using a bow, I guess I could try for the whitetail. This is gonna be good.
Well, I really don't like the fact that it has a slight muscle twitch during that one. I was really hoping for a heart shot, but I don't know. I guess I might actually just start aiming with the mouse and then pressing the trigger button after it's scripted to a key on my keyboard. Oh no, a moose! No, wait, that's a bear. It's trying to pass a kidney stone, I bet. Look at how hungry he is. Oh no, there went an elk. Cry. Seriously, the dog lost the scent after this far? Wait, is that a butt? That is a butt. It's a female butt. No. No, I don't want you. Leave me be. You go your own way, moose. Now go mine. Because, hey, I'm hunting down this whitetail. Not exactly the heaviest whitetail, but still had a nice, decently sized rack on his head. Crap, she's looking at me. Alright, back on. Back on the hunt for the whitetail. Well, I'm gonna assume that this is the missus. Don't worry, Whitetail. You and the missus will be in the afterlife together. She'll be waiting for you. See, nothing to worry about. Oh, wow. I am an evil-hearted bastard. He watched her die. And that rack, it's all mine! The majesticness of this rack. Yes, it's all mine. All mine. Even though I did not really have a vital hit on this one. Come on, Boom, get in this. You was vital. Alright. I guess we'll get this, dough. Come out, wherever you're hiding. I want to add you to my kill count. For a nice, even kill. Still can't believe that my highest combined score is still a 92. I figured that whitetail would have been a little bit better, but I guess that moose was just all that much better.
Gosh darn it, Boone is a noisy pup. Come on! I want to kill you soon! Oh, here I came. It's a good doggy. Nah, I thought I was aiming for her heart, but oh well. Let's see, left shoulder blade, liver, and stomach. Well, very well. Oh, it looks like I need to actually kill quite a few more blacktails. Well, that might be for a more extended stream or an actual hunt challenge someday. But anyways, nonetheless, it is actually close to wrapping up time here, so I'm just going to go ahead and say thank you everyone for tuning in today. Terribly sorry for those of you that were having connection issues for the live stream. And again, thank you very much, Lilo and Dark, for the raid this evening. Hope you all are having a wonderful day as well. So be sure to tune in again tomorrow. I'll probably be trying to do some more Call of the Wild. If not, I'll be sure to keep you all posted. Also, for those of you that are interested in keeping tabs on what it is I happen to be doing, please visit my player.me account profile, where I will actually try to keep up to date, and I also share all the games I currently have. So if there is a game title you'd like to see me stream, go ahead and get on there, look for it, and then just let me know. If there's a game title you'd like to see me stream, or if there's a game in my favorites that you'd like to see me play through just to see why I felt it was my favorite, go ahead and just ask away. So again, that's player.me/JackDaniels325. Thank you everyone for tuning in, and you all have a wonderful night. Be sure to catch you all again, same time, tomorrow. Good night.